Welcome back to another session of technical mathematics. We are still embarking on the journey of unpacking all different prescripts of finance, growth, and decay. Then this is another session where we are going to look at another questions as far as finance, growth, and decay, so that more clarity is given to the candidates to learners about finance, growth, and decay. The question paper that we have, it is the question paper from Eastern Cape, November 2022, Technical Mathematics, Paper 1, and this will be question number 7, Finance, Growth, and Decay. Then we are going to look at the questions so that more clarity it is given as we are embarking on the questions themselves. 7.1, it says a nominal interest rate charged, it is 6.3% per annum compounded quarterly. Keyword here, compounded quarterly. It means here we are having what is called a compounding period. Then the question says, or the question requires us to determine the effective interest rate per annum. Now we understand from reading of the statement that in this case we are given a nominal, because it says a nominal interest rate charged, it is 6.3%. Therefore, what is given here, it is a nominal interest rate. Then 7.1, then from in the formula sheet, there is a formula that can be used to determine the effective interest rate where the nominal interest rate it is given. The formula says I effective from the formula sheet. I effective, which is effective interest rate, is equal to, in this case, this is what we are looking for. Therefore, in this case, we are not going to substitute anything in this regard because we are looking for the I effective. Then that is said to be equal to, in bracket, 1 plus I. Then the I that you see here, the I that I've just written, it is the nominal interest rate in percentage. Divide by M, close bracket, all to power of M minus 1. As I have just alluded, that the I that we see inside the bracket is the I for the nominal interest rate. Then the M, the 2M that we have in this formula, they represent the compounding period. Remember, we have many compounding period. We have weekly, we have monthly, we have daily, we have quarterly, we have semi-annually, and we have per annum. Therefore, the 2M that you see here, they represent the compounding period. And we have the compounding period from our statement. Then from writing the formula, let us substitute into the formula. Then that is said to be equal to 1 plus. Remember, it says I divide by M. I, which is the nominal interest rate, divided by the compounding period. Therefore, what needs to happen? You can't just take 6.3 and substitute where you see I. Remember, it is 6.3 in percentage. We must first divide by 100 before we substitute back into the formula. I'll repeat. You can't just take 6.3, which is the I nominal, and substitute it into the formula as it is. The first thing that you need to do is first divide 6.3 by 100% first. After doing that, you are going to substitute the answer into the formula itself. Then 6.3 divided by 100%. Then what we have, it is 0.063. Then everything divided. What is M? It is the compounding period. What is our compounding period? here it says compounded quarterly. Remember the word quarter, it says 3 months. Then the question will be, how many 3 months do we have in 1 year? Then we know in a year we have 4 3 months, which is our quarters. Then since when we have 4 3 months in a year, we are going to divide our nominal interest rate by the number of quarters that we have in a year. In this case, it will be 4. Then we are going to divide here by 4. Close bracket. Remember, the same M is the same M that we have here. Then it means here we are also going to have a 4, which is 4 quarters in a year, minus what? Minus 1. Then how are we going to mark? 1 mark for choosing the right formula in the formula sheet. 1 mark for correct substitution into the correct formula. Remember, under finance, growth and decay, wrong formula, 0 mark. Then we are going to substitute the entire thing that we see here into our calculator. Then in bracket 1 plus 0,063 divided by 4, all to power of 4 minus 1. Then what do we have? We have 0,06. Then we check the 4th digit after the comma. The 4th digit that we have under the after the comma, we have the 5. Then 5 add the 1 to the 3rd digit. Then it is going to be 0,065. Remember, we are looking for the effective interest rate. Therefore, the effective interest rate, it must be in percentage. The one that we have here is in a number form. Then we must convert it from the number to the percentage. That's why here we must multiply that by 100%. Therefore, I effective it will be equal to, then multiply by 100%. Then we have 6,5% per annum. Per annum. Then the last mark for the I effective. Then mark allocation will be 3 marks there. That is 7.1. 3 marks given for Mahala there. Then we still proceed with other questions. 7.2. It reads as follows. It says the production of chicken eggs grows from 2,500 eggs to 8,949. The key word here, it says it is a compound production. Therefore, this one, it tells you as to which formula are you going to use for answering of this question. The key word here, compound production. It means you are going to use a compound interest formula. And it says compound production rate over a period of what? Of 6 years. Meaning that the production of chicken eggs, it grew from 2,500 to 8,000 over a period of 6 years. Then it says determine the production rate. It means in this case we are looking for I. Determine the production rate of eggs per annum, compounded per year, because it says compounded annually. It means per year. And in a year, we have only one there. Then we need to understand what is happening here. This is an indication to say compound interest formula. It does not only used under what is it? Under borrowing money from the bank or also saving money from the bank. Compound interest formula, it can also be used under real life situation. It can also be used under population growth. Can also be used as they have indicated here under production of chicken eggs. Therefore, there are many instances under real life situations where the compound it can be used. Then keyword compound, we must use the compound interest formula that says A is equals to P in bracket 1 plus I close bracket all to power of n. Now, since well here we are not talking to the investment and borrowing. That's what I wanted to say earlier on. Since well now in this case we are not talking to the investment and borrowing. We cannot allude that P it is the principal amount. Remember, P it only talks to principal amount when we are talking to borrowing and investing. And A it cannot be accumulated because in this case we are talking to the production of chicken eggs. Then it means A it indicate the production of chicken eggs from T0 at the beginning of the production. And we understand that we had 2,500 eggs at the beginning. And that 2,500 eggs, it grew over a period of 6 years to be 8,949. Therefore, this one, it represents the A there. The total number of eggs that we have over a certain period. Then A is going to be, in this case, 8,949. That is equal to, then P it will be 2,500 rand. 500x, not 500 rand, sorry, 500x in bracket 1 plus. Remember, what are we looking for? Production rate. In this case, we are looking for I. All to power, it took 6 years for this X to grow from 2,000 to 8,000. Therefore, number of years, it will be 6 years. Then every time under finance growth and decay, if you are looking for either I or N, you first have to divide by the P value. In this case, our P value, it will be 2,500 X. And also this side, we are going to divide by 2,500. 2,500 here, cancel with 2,500 here. Then the left hand side of the equation, we have to simplify. Then we are going to say 8,949 divided by 2,500. That gives us 3,5796. That will be equal to, in bracket, 1 plus I close bracket all to power of 6. Now we understand from here that we can't just take the I out of the bracket. Why? Because there is a power outside, and that power, it is what? A 6. Then we need to get rid of this power outside so that we have only 1 plus I inside the bracket. Then how do we get rid of this power outside? Then we are going to take what is called the 6 root. This side, then the 6 root is going to cancel with the power of what? Of 6. Then what you do on the right hand side of the equation, you repeat the same on the left hand side of the equation. Then also this side, we are going to take the 6 root. Then we are going to have the 6 root of our answer, which will give us 1,24, which now will be equal to what we have inside the bracket, which is 1 plus I. Then 1,24 and the 1 that we have here, like terms. Then we are going to bring the 1 to the side. We are going to have 1,24 minus 1, which it will be equal to I. Then 1,24 minus 1, we are left with 0,24, which is equal to I. Now we have I in a number form. We must change it to the percentage. Multiply by 100%. Then I, it will be equivalent to. Then multiply by 100%. That will give us 23.7% per annum. 23.7% per annum. Total mark allocation for this question, it will be 4 marks there. That is that about 7.1 and 7.2. Let us create some space so that we are able to indulge the last question. Last question, 7.3.1. 7.3.1. 7.3, it reads as follows. It says, Mr. Faku bought an office furniture to the value of 25,000 rands. As shown in the picture below, he paid a deposit of 11% and took a higher purchase agreement or a higher purchase loan for the remaining amount to be paid over a period of 4 years on 16% interest rate per annum. Now we understand in this case we are dealing with the higher purchase, and we understand the dynamics of the higher purchase, or the prescript of the higher purchase is that before you take a certain item, there is a deposit that is required. Then that's why in this case we are having a deposit, because that is a prerequisite of the higher purchase. Then 7.3.1, it says, determine the amount paid by Mr. Faku as a deposit. Now, we understand that Mr. Faku paid 11% as a deposit. We want 11% to be converted to rents, as to how much in rents did Mr. Faku paid as a deposit. Then P for deposit that Mr. Faku paid, that is equal to. Now, how do you get the deposit in rents? You are going to take the cost of an item. What is the cost of this furniture? The cost of this item, it was 25,000 when it was bought. It was 25,000 rands. Then the cost of the item, we are going to multiply with the percentage of a deposit. In this case, it's 11. Then 11, it will be divided by 100%, because we must convert from percentage to a number. Then we are going to divide by 100%. This is going to give us a deposit. Oh, here is supposed to be D, not P. A deposit in rents. Then 25,000, which is the cost of an item, multiply by 11%, divide by 100%. That is going to give us a deposit. Then the deposit paid by Mr. Faku, it will be an amount of 2,750 rands. Then what is the deposit? It means there's an amount that Mr. Faku paid upfront before taking the furniture. It means 2,750 rand. It is an amount that is expected to be paid upfront before the furniture get to be delivered. Therefore, there's an amount that Mr. Faku already paid before taking out the furniture. Then 7.3.2. It says calculate the total amount paid in installment at the end of the 4-year period. Then in this case, we want to understand as to how much did Mr. Faku paid for the duration of this loan. We understand that Mr. Faku took a loan that is going to take 4 years to repay. Then also on the same breath, we understand by now, candidates, that the higher purchase loan, it uses the simple interest formula. for you to calculate anything as far as the hire purchase is concerned, as to how much was paid, then you need to apply the simple interest formula, because simple interest formula, it is used on the hire purchase agreement or hire purchase loan. Then the simple interest formula, it says A is equal to P in bracket 1 plus I multiply by N close bracket. Now, since well here we are not talking to the investment and borrowing. P can be principal amount, A can be accumulated, I can be interest rate. Therefore, they change dynamics according to the question that is given. Now, P, it becomes the balance after paying a deposit. Remember, a deposit is an amount that is paid upfront. Then we want to know how much will be left after you shall have paid a deposit from the total amount to be paid of that particular item. Therefore, P, it is the balance after paying a deposit. Then A is the total amount to be paid over a duration of the loan. Then I is what? The interest rate. Then N is the number of years it's going to take for you to pay back the loan. P, it is the balance after paying a deposit. Then A is the total amount that Mr. Faku is going to pay at the end of the 4-year period. Then A is the amount that Mr. Faku will be paying for a period of what? Of 4 years. In this case, we are looking for A, which is the total amount to be paid by Mr. Faku. Then a P, it is the balance after you shall have paid a deposit. Then how do we get that? We are going to say the cost of an item. In this case, it is 25,000 rand. Then from that 25,000, we are going to take out the deposit that Mr. Faku paid. Then what is our deposit? It is 2,750. We are going to take out from 25,000 rand. That is going to give us the balance of, then P, it becomes the balance of 22,250. Then in bracket 1 plus. Then I is the interest rate charged by the loan. Then they are charging an interest rate of 16%. Then we are going to say 16% divide by 100%. Multiply by the number of years. Then in this case, it's going to be 4. Close bracket there. Then this is going to give us the total amount that Mr. Faku is going to pay. Then 22,250 in bracket 1 plus 16 all over 100 multiplied by 4. Then in total, Mr. Faku, after a period of 4 years, will be expected to pay a total amount of 36,490 rands. That is the total amount that Mr. Faku paid for this particular furniture at the end of the 4-year period. 36,490 rands. Then 7.3.3. It says determine the amount he paid monthly over a period of what? Of 4 years. We want to know on a monthly basis how much Mr. Faku is expected to pay on a monthly basis. Then the first thing that we need to understand is that how many months are there in 4 years. Then we know in a year we have 12 months. Then let us see how many months do we have in 4 years. We have 48 months. We have 48 months. Then for us to calculate the monthly installments, we are going to say the total amount that Mr. Faku paid for that period of 4 years. In this case, we understand that he paid a total amount of 36,490. We are going to divide by the number of months. Why? Because it says on a monthly basis. Okay, on the monthly basis, how much is he expected to pay? Then there are 48 months in 4 years. Then we are going to divide by the number of months there, which is 48. This is going to give us how much is he expected to pay every month. Then 36,490 490 divided by 4. This is going to give us an amount of 9,122.5 cents. It means every month Mr. Faku will be paying an amount of 9,122.5 cents every month. This is going to amount to an amount of 36,640 and 90 rand at the end of 4-year period. That is that about this question paper. Total mark here, it will be 14.